Hello everybody, I'm Ernest, and today we're here with William, and he's had this bike for a while now, the Harley Davidson ST Lowrider. You got about 1,200 miles on it already, and we're here to just see what your opinion is, William.
I love it. This is my first Harley. I'd never thought about getting Harleys before. They just, nothing about Harley was attracted to me. I didn't find them exceptionally great bikes to look at. I preferred the adventure bikes, the Suzukis or whatnot. I have a Triumph right now, Tiger. And so you and I, Ernest, we've been talking about for a while, maybe getting cruisers. And the only thing I didn't like about cruisers, they just look too big and bulky. However, I came across this ST about a year or so ago, and I loved it because it's the best of both worlds. It looks like a cruiser, it feels like a cruiser, but yet it also looks like a sports bike. It's real sporty, and the fairing is not that big. It's very a small fairing, almost sleek in nature. I love the fairing, and the bags as well are not huge bags. So it met my expectations as far as having a cruiser type bike, but yet very sporty looking bike. And so I love it. So far I love it. There's a lot of things I love about it. There's a couple of things that give me pause, and we'll talk about that in a second, but I've been driving it now for a few months, got over 1,000, 1,500 miles or so. We drive every weekend just about, drive the Texas Hill Country, and I love it. It's doing really good. When I bought it, I didn't buy it brand new. I bought it with about 5,000 miles on it. So it was used, even though it was 2023. And the guy that I bought it from upgraded the exhaust system, S&S exhaust system, really nice. It's not a huge loud sound, but it gives it a meaty sound on the exhaust, on the motor. So just right, just the right touch. He had also changed the standard seat, added a Saddleman seat on it, very comfortable, one of the most comfortable seats that I've been on. And now when Ernest and I go riding the hill country, I can last a long time riding, very comfortable. So there's a couple of great upgrades there. He also upgraded the brake, the foot brake. It's a wider pad, and also it's an S&S as well. So another comfort item there. I'm thinking about doing some upgrades myself. The filter, I might change this whole filter system. They got a nice filter system with either red filters or a whole different filter, air filter there that spins, and you can see the red inside. It looks pretty sharp. Oh. Thinking about the risers also, maybe a little bit further back. But I'm comfortable with how it stands right now. I'm only like 5'8", 5'9", very comfortable. But if I was leaning back a little bit more, it might be better. But if I left it alone, I'd be just as happy. A couple of other upgrades. I'll probably change the headlight sooner or later to an LED headlight. This is a standard headlight, but I mean, it works for now, but I might change that. And a lot of guys were having trouble with this metal piece here. It comes off. I don't want to mess with it, but there's just a design flaw. It comes off too easy. But I will be probably upgrading that later on. So there's some upgrades that I want to do for it. The motor, lots of power, plenty of power on this. It's a 117 like it says there, and you get on this thing, and if you like speed, it goes nice and quick. A lot of torque and a lot of horsepower at the same time.
Yeah, I believe it's like 120 foot-pounds of torque at and 105 horsepower.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It'll get up and go.
It's fun. I can keep up with Ernest sometimes.
What do you think about those bags?
The bags. Okay, one of the biggest complaints I heard about the ST was that the bags were not big. And that one's locked. Let me see if I can get it.
How about the other one?
Yeah, I got it right here. So they're small, but they're small because of the sleek look that the ST offers.
It fits the form.
So I got my jacket in here right now, but it's a good enough space for some things.
Yes, there's my hand in there to give you maybe some comparison. But I mean, it's certainly you could stay on this bike for 3 or 4 days with clothing on it easily, and without having to worry about changing clothes or washing clothes, you know.
Yeah. So I'm happy with the bags, because if I wanted more room and I can put on that sissy bar and the luggage rack back here. Ernest and I are talking about taking the Texas Triangle trip here in a few weeks, and so I'm going to add the I already bought it, I just got to add it on here. It's a sissy bar with a luggage rack, and then you can put that big old luggage piece there and have even more room.
Yeah. And
then take it off when you're not riding long weekends. So great bike, everything looks good.
What now? Like I was suggesting for myself, if I had the bike, I would put the lay down license plate. I don't really like the way it sticks up like a billboard. I like it to be more hugging.
Right. That's an upgrade, or that you can definitely change that. Not hard. Yeah, it's
not hard.
And then just pull that out, and it'll be nice laying down. So that probably something to.
Yeah, and you can also smoke out the single lights. That would get rid of some of that yellow color.
Right.
We talked about removing the reflectors, even though I think that's considered illegal. But I know a lot of people do it, and that would give you an all black silhouette, not this broken up with the red, and you know, it'll make a big impact on this bike because it's all black. But then you have the little splash of the orange and the red. If you got rid of that, it would just clean it up so much on this bike, because you are one color on this bike, you know. And what is it? So what is there that you don't like?
Well, I mentioned the headlight, the little plastic piece around there. You know, it's a Harley bike, so I'm very surprised that they would put such a inexpensive piece there that would fall off.
Why, it comes off or something?
Yeah, or it's a little clip that is all plasticky.
Yeah.
And once it comes off, it's really tough to keep it on there.
You have to replace it. You have to buy another thing. I noticed that when you're making, like, coming up from a stop sign, you were complaining that when you were giving the gas, the back tire breaks loose. But
yeah, and you know, we talked about it, and you had said, well, you've got a lot of power in this, in the bike, and maybe you're not used to it, and maybe that's probably what it is. But what happened was, I was taking off kind of an uphill getting onto the main road, and so I gave it a little bit of gas, and it just slid on me like that, and I didn't like that feeling, obviously. But I've seen a couple guys on YouTube have the same issue, but you know, they have no problem with it. So you just gotta get used to it, and that's one of the things I kind of got gun shy a little bit, giving it too much, especially if I'm taking off from somewhere.
Yeah, I hear a lot of guys that really soup up their bikes, and they said, I said, souping up your bike is one thing, but then you have to get ready to way it handles, because it's going to be a lot more touchy. It's not a regular powered bike where you can just give it the throttle and you're going to be fine, because you give the throttle, you might end up on the ground just that quick.
I know.
It happens that quick.
I did forget to mention, I need to get crash bars on this thing.
Oh yes, that's a.
I have delayed on getting them. I've been so busy, but yeah, I'm gonna get the crash bars across here.
Yeah.
And something back there.
Maybe if they make it for this bike, I'm not really
do.
sure.
They have some for the back.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
All right. And are you okay with the gauge now? These bikes.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
These bikes they only have this little tiny window right here.
Yeah.
Is that enough for you?
Let's see if I can come up. There it is. So that's it. That's all there is as far as gauges. You know, it's just going to depend on everybody's individual preference. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
It goes with what the bike is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like a sports bike and not a cruiser where you've got all this big fairing and all these big gadgets, gauges everywhere. So I don't mind it. I like it. I've seen some guys upgrade this and put some kind of
regular gauges on
it. To me, that just looks. It changes the look of the bike. I don't like that, but you know, everybody to each his own.
Yeah.
But this tells me everything I need to know.
Okay. And what can you see on this on this?
It gives you the, obviously this is the gas, how much gas you have, the speed limit, then you can change modes and tells you the RPMs. It's got your odometer, it's got two trip meters as well, the time.
You bought this bike was how many miles?
I think it was just under 5,000 miles.
So now you're at 7,200. So you've actually gone 2,000 miles?
Probably a couple thousand. And
yeah,
remember I had to drive it back from Houston also, as well.
Yeah, 2,200 or so.
Yeah.
So this should be a 2,000 mile review, not a 1,000.
Yeah, you were a little late on that one.
Yeah, well, I just assumed you were at 1,000 miles, but we ride all the time. And every time we ride, we're probably looking at a minimum of 150 miles.
Yeah, minimum.
So, and it's been several months now that you've owned this bike, and
all the Harley guys, all the motorcycle guys were probably laughing at us, right? Like 150 miles.
Yeah.
But we just go for a couple hours.
Yeah, we're just doing a Sunday ride, just like we are today. Yeah. We're actually on a ride right now, and we're in Fredericksburg, Texas, and William had to go have his sauerkraut, and said, well, you know what? Let's do a video on the particular bike, and that so you can tell us what you think about the bike. I like the bike. You know, like, you're not really a Harley guy or buying it because it's a Harley. You're buying it because of what it is, that it checks all the boxes, that it checks the box of a cruiser, it checks the box of a sport type machine.
Sports look.
And
sporty look.
Yeah, it has a sporty look, and your favorite color, of course, black. If you know William, he's into and his vehicles being black. Although he did buy a white truck.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, it's like a white truck, anti-black. But
it's a really great bike. We love it so far. Like I said, it's my first Harley.
What would you do to improve it? Is there anything you would do to fit your bill, or what you think Harley should have done?
Oh, as far as mechanically?
Yeah, or something to it. Is there anything, or you're pretty much happy with now? These motorcycles are not like cars. When you buy a car or a truck or a motor vehicle like that, you can adjust the seat. You got the telescoping steering wheel, the angle, all that thing. So a guy that's 5 foot or a guy that's 6'5" can ride the same vehicle. A motorcycle is not like that. You have to make it fit you. They just kind of generally do an average of whatever the average height is and weight, and they make a bike to fit the general public. Then you have to adjust it for yourself, because they don't, a lot of times, especially if you're a tall guy. I wouldn't recommend this bike to a tall guy.
Yeah, I've heard that, if you're tall, then your knees are up here somewhere. So
yeah, your knees are
adjusted down to.
Sit on the bike and put the wheel straight so we can see how you fit on it. Now this is a 27-inch seat height, and
very comfortable.
Put your knees up on the stirrup. Okay, so this one still has the mid controls. I've seen the 6 foot guys and their knees are like way up. It's like they're riding a children's tricycle, But
they have to adjust it.
So yeah, I mean, is there anything else you want to add?
I thought about the speaker system and all that, but at the end of the day, it's a little pricey. It's like over $1,000 or something.
No, that's not worth it.
1,200. And I said, you know what? With my Bluetooth, I can hear all the music I want to hear, and I'll probably hear it better at high speed. You
can. I can tell you, I have an Indian Challenger with a 100-watt speaker system, and yes, I can hear it, but is it good audio? No. At slow speeds, it's real nice to have and all that, but it's just like you're driving in your car. Let's say you're in your car and you roll the windows all of them down, and you have the radio on. That's like what it is to ride in a motorcycle. It just degrades the quality of the sound. So I wouldn't do that on this bike for myself. If I had this bike, knowing what I have now, I might upgrade my Indian Challenger later with the upgrade stereo system. But right now I'm just getting used to it. And but I guess if you don't have anything else to say.
Well, I do.
Oh, well, let's
hear it.
Let's hear it.
You know, it's my first Harley, and so now I'm waving to all the Harley guys, and they're giving me a look, you know. So I don't think I still have to kind of work my way into that club yet. So,
well, you got to buy a T-shirt.
I got to buy a Harley T-shirt. I don't know, man. It's a hard. Well, you know, you buy the Harley, so they say you're automatically in. But I don't know about that. I don't think you're automatically in.
Yeah. Especially
with something like this, the street glide guys and the road glide guys, they still look down on you. Yeah. So, I don't know what it is, man. But if you don't have a street glide or road glide,
you just ain't it.
You just ain't it. But
oh, you got a girl's bike.
Yeah.
Is it like a Sportster? Oh, you're riding a little Sportster.
Yeah.
You know, you're never gonna win.
No, you're never gonna win with
in that climate. So yeah. This is truly an unbiased review because you're not even a Harley guy.
I'm not
and you don't even care about the Harley guy. You like
I'm
this
an ST
bike.
guy.
You like this particular bike.
Yeah.
It fits the bill.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're completely happy with it.
Yes. So far, so good. At least keep it another couple years, and we'll see what the newest models of the ST, or maybe Harley comes out with another model I like.
Yeah.
We'll see. In the meantime, if you're thinking about something like this, it's well worth it. If you like power, you like sleekness, sporty, this is your bike.
All right. Well then, I guess if you're done, we'll just call it the end there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.